It got cold. Yeah, I got time. What's up? From the non-Christian perspective, you ever wonder why? Why, like, we hold on? You ever wonder why you, like, see Christians, you might be going through stuff, you like, why? Like, why would you still proclaim God and your life look like poverty? You want to know why we're able to hold fast? You want to know why we're able to endure and still proclaim God? Do you want to know why I can literally have somebody stab me in the back and everything go wrong, everything fall flat within like months, and still be like, God is good? Still go around telling people to trust in God. While we can go through real, like, deep, hard times and still believe in God. Why we can sit here and literally look like fools to everybody in the world and still be like, yeah, God is good. Psalms 27:13-14. This might be a familiar verse. I would have lost heart unless I believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. That's the King James Version. This is the version that I love. If I hadn't believed that I would see God's goodness in the land of the living. And it pauses. Put your hope in the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Yes, put your hope in God. He said, if I hadn't believed that I would see God's goodness in the land of the living. I'm thinking back. I was evangelizing, right? I was out talking to people. I came across this one guy that was in the army, and he raised a question, and it was a real deep question. He said, you know, they got a whole tribe of people in Africa, and they believe in God. And they're in poverty, and they still holding on to God. It's like they are literally living their lives for God. They're not doing certain things that will take them out of poverty on behalf of God. So the question came, and I asked him, did you ever ask them? You're asking me, first of all, I'm not God, but did you ever ask them why they're going through all of that poverty? You know, this is a third world country, right? And why they still believe in God? Why are they still proclaiming God? Now, the Psalms we believe to have been written by David. This pause, it said, if I hadn't believed, I would see the goodness of God in the land of the living. I thought about that pause. Like, I think about stuff that I went through recently. Why I didn't quit? Why did I not give up? Why did I say, you know what? I'm gonna do what I gotta do. God, this not working. I got people in this area, everybody saying, oh, you should do this. God wouldn't say that, but then I know what God telling me to do. Why would I still hold on to it? Why would I still hold on to that word even though it's not looking like it's working out? And as for David in this psalm, why did he believe in the first place that he would see the goodness of God in the land of the living even though he was going through something? I'm going to take it back. This was the end of last year, December. I had $0 in my bank account. And it came to a point where I needed a car. I'm like, how am I going to get a car with no money? This is around April and May. And I started off the year with no money, literally no money, no job. But it came to a point where I really needed a car. God was literally telling me to get a car. It was a situation that, like, I need one. How am I gonna get a car with no money? I would say, long story short, I was able to get a car, a nice car. I was able to put $11,000 down on it. And it was all from within a month and a half. Everything changed quickly. I'm gonna go into a memory about me and my wife's relationship before we got married, where we couldn't sit in the car for more than 30 minutes without arguing. Well, not even arguing, because we don't fuss, you know, we're real calm. But we couldn't sit in the car for longer than 30 minutes without having to get like silent treatment. Now we mad at each other for the day. Stupid. Neither one of us thought that the relationship was actually gonna last, and we thought it was coming to an end. And we started questioning God, even after all the signs that God gave us, like, God, are you sure this was right? Because it don't look like it's gonna work out. To now, well, we married. God helped us with a lot of stuff. He helped us grow. Even my wife's on testimony. Long story short, God was calling her to move to the Bible college. Now she couldn't afford to stay on campus for the Bible college, so she was going to have to quit her job because of commute. She told us to her bosses, check this out, her bosses paid for her tuition for the whole year so that she could stay on campus and be close and still work there. Faith, we go through situations all the time, and it looks like it's so dark and so deep we don't see our way out, and God comes. It be situations where we don't think we're gonna overcome, we don't think we're gonna make it out, and God comes. He come running through the heavens, up to the highest mountain, down to the lowest valley, in all majesty and grace. The Calvary, the light in the darkness, to be our sword and shield, to carry us into victory, to help us overcome whatever we thought we wasn't gonna be able to get through. All the things that look impossible, to prove to us that when we read Psalm 23, that it's true. Check this out. Adonai is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He has me to lie down in grassy pastures. He leads me by quiet water. He restores my inner person. He guides me in right paths for the sake of his own name. Even if I pass through dark ravines, I will fear no disaster, for you are with me. You know that say, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you prepare a table for me, even as my enemies watch. You anoint my head with oil from an overflowing cup. Goodness and grace will pursue me every day of my life. I will live in the house of the Lord for years and years to come. Let me tell you something. The reason why we hold fast and the reason why we believe, because he had came through so many times before. We gave him a chance to prove himself. And now we're here. So when we go through these things, when we go through the things that you look at us and you be like, hey, why are you still holding on? You be like, man, your God can't be real. You still going through that, man. We seen him come through before, and we stand firm on what we know God to be. Give him a chance.
Jehovah is my shepherd. I will lack nothing. In grassy pastures he makes me lie down. He leads me to well-watered resting places. He refreshes me. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for the sake of his name. Though I walk in the valley of deep shadow, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff reassure me. You prepare a table for me before my enemies. You refresh my head with oil. My cup is well filled. Surely goodness and loyal love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Jehovah for all my days.